So this plant is called a Mimosa Pudica, or a sensitive plant, and they grow wild in South America in tropical environments and are sort of a ground cover. So they absolutely cannot get bright light, or sorry, I should say direct light. If they get direct light, this will happen. I'm not touching the plant because I don't want to upset it, but they'll drop their leaves. So this plant, why it's called the sensitive plant, is when you touch it, the leaves close just like that. And the branch, I don't know if you guys saw that or not, the branch will actually drop down too instead of just, yeah, so let's see if I can catch it with this one. If I touch the plant, it's going to fold up and the whole branch is going to start to tilt down. So that's a response it's sort of evolved to have, is to avoid getting eaten by predators. You can see some of the leaves still closing. Super, super cool. I love this plant. But you do have to keep in mind, if you get one, that them closing their leaves and dropping like that uses up a lot of stored energy. So if you're touching them a lot, touching them continually, it will stress the plant and it will mean that it's more likely for it to die or drop or lose leaves. The other thing is they need super, super high humidity. So I've actually done something called a pebble tray with this one. So it's just like a pot tray, but it's quite a large one for this size pot. And I just filled it with pebbles and then put water in. And then as the water evaporates, it creates sort of like a higher humidity level or bubble of humidity around this plant to help it do a bit better. The other thing is you want to keep the soil super moist. So when it starts to get dry, immediately water it again. If it dries out, it'll drop leaves so fast. These leaves are so thin, so fragile, and it has no tolerance for any kind of drought. Stop touching it. The other thing is at night, don't be alarmed if all of the leaves fold up like this. So as the sun sets, the leaves will start to fold and the branches will start to droop. And then overnight, it keeps them closed, branches down, and then at sunrise, it starts to open up again and then stays open all day. And I'm not sure why they've evolved to do that, but it's pretty cool. The only thing is in the evening, they look kind of dead because the whole plant looks like this. But it's definitely worth it. So yeah, as I said before, this is some remnants of damage I did to it accidentally. So it's on a little table and it's against a wall and it's in an area that gets no direct sun ever. Because if it gets direct sun, this plant's pretty done. You can see up here, this little bit is some new growth. It's sending out a new branch with new leaves. And these ones up here are both new. It's grown quite a bit since I got it. It's also lost quite a bit of leaves since I got it. It's probably grown from about this height up in 3 months, 4 months maybe? 4 months at most. Yeah, but it also, you can see down here, I accidentally moved it into a spot that got direct sun and it dropped quite a few branches. Actually, all of these little nodes had branches and it dropped them all. And I thought I'd killed the plant, but it came back to life. So yeah, if you are interested in getting this plant, just be aware that it's very, very fussy. It's very high needs. It's the most fussy plant I have, and I think it's worth it just because it's so cool to see how it responds to stimuli like that. But it's not a plant for beginners or an easy plant to care for at all. This is actually my second one of this plant. I killed it, try one about a year ago, and then this is trial 2. Okay, so the sun has been down for a couple hours now, and this is what the plant looks like. All of its leaves are entirely folded up, and its branches are tilted down a bit. So this is what it would stay like until sunrise. It is one of those plants that closes its leaves, just like some plants close their flowers at night. And yeah, as I was saying, it's not an easy plant. It's quite fussy, but I think it's totally worth it for its response to stimuli and to get to see that. It's pretty cool. Yeah, good luck with your plants.